As a kid, you can walk in the house and see your mother and she smile. But when you look in her eyes, you can see the pain. You can tell that she's smiling for me, but she's hurting inside. She's fighting for me as well. When I was younger, I had a learning disability and I was always behind. I was always at the bottom, but sometimes sports and other things would keep my confidence high. And I used to hate being in the neighborhood I was in. I used to hate not being able to get the designer shoes or the nice things that most of some of my peers had. And as I grew and as I started to excel in football and start to meet amazing coaches like Terry Boughton and John Featherstone and so many more, I started to realize that I wasn't hurting. That's where I was being made. And that's when I made a decision and made the quote that the best gifts come from the bottom. Because
meaning you were actually learning something from going through the hard time?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right. Let's frame for people though what that looked like, because I would say of all the people I've met, you're in sort of the top 1% of you'd be justified in being bitter, but you're not. Yeah. So tell me about your mom and your dad. I think that's a pretty powerful place to start.
Absolutely. My mother started off with in a terrible situation. My grandmother moved from Monroe, Louisiana to Pontiac, Michigan. First she started running numbers, then she started selling crack cocaine. She taught all 7 or 8 of her kids how to cook and sell crack cocaine.
This is your grandma?
My great-grandmother. And my mother started to sell it at 14 years old.
Whoa.
Yeah, she was selling, she had her own, basically, trap house. Drug house that she sold dope out of. She was introduced to it very young. And some way she had got pregnant by my father, and she gave birth to me at 16 years old. She had my sister at 15, had me at 16. We stayed in a bedroom apartment on the north side of Pontiac, Michigan. And I just saw my mother battle a lot of demons. I had to basically be a man and the woman. And she taught me how to fight. She taught me how to treat women. She taught me everything. And it was so remarkable because this is a young girl that never had a chance to be a young girl, molested by her father as a child. And what caused my mother to abuse drugs from the age of 23 and up was the fact that she never got help. She literally took me around my grandfather. That's the strength that she had. And this was the same man, and I didn't find out about this until the day that she passed away.
Oh.
And my mother was a woman that she wanted to give way more, but she couldn't. And Tom, what I'm saying is, as a kid, you can walk in the house and see your mother, and she smiled. But when you look in her eyes, you can see the pain. You can tell that she's smiling for me, but she's hurting inside. She's fighting for me as well.